I'm muted. Okay, hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I was still muted, but anyway, I'm here. And you're here, and that is fantastic. So excellent. And I thought we'd do some summary little happy little flamingos today. So anyway, thank you. And again, thank you so much for yesterday. Everybody was so kind. Thank you. Okay, so I told you guys I got my new planner, so I've been making sheets for it, and I just happened to throw in the questions from the last few days. I just copied and pasted them in. So when if you say, "Oh, when did I read on that yesterday, day before," I've got it here. But anyway, I've got space here for today's questions right there. I'm very excited, and of course I've got two questions, maybe three. It's up to you guys. Thank you, everybody. If you're watching this on replay, hello. I go down after I'm done with the readings into the description box and the pinned first comment. I type in everything, all the questions from today, and I timestamp them. So let me move that there. Okay. And I timestamp them so that you can just go down to what you're interested in. You can just click on whatever you're interested in and go straight to it. Okay. 10% of all income that comes in the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. So, yeah, I think that's about it. The questions I have at the moment, we have not read on this. I did not know about it. The Mitch McConnell has said if the Republicans take the majority in the Senate in the 2022 midterm elections, Mitch McConnell will not allow any Supreme Court nominee from a Democratic president. The whole time. The whole final 2 years of Biden's first term. And beyond, depending on how long. So if Mitch is majority leader again, how is... Anyway, so I really want to look at that to, can they do something? Hello? Hello? Hi. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. The second thing I wanted to look at was, will Democrats shorten the August recess? Rachel Maddow was talking about this. Because guess who did? McConnell did. He shortened the August recess, the 5-week August recess. They're gone for 2 weeks over July and then 5 weeks in August. And he shortened the August recess so they could force through more wildly unqualified judges. So, will Democrats do that? Because it's as Rachel Maddow put it gives them more power because it gives them more time while they are in power. So, Lynette, hey, Lynette, how are you doing? They need to replace the Democratic Senate Majority Leader. Well, we're going to look at the shortened recess. Are they going to take advantage of this somehow? There's a question you guys are going to have to let me know if you're interested in. Governor Abbott of Texas, how the fight for voting rights, the Democrats in the state government of Texas walked out, so that when it came down for a final vote, they at least were able to delay, not stop, but delay limits on people's ability to vote, because the legislature, they didn't have a quorum. So, but so now Abbott is talking about, he's going to not pay the government workers because of that. Only it's not just the politicians, it's their support staff. It's people around them. So if you guys want us to look at that, let me know. Because Abbott's getting on my last nerve. I don't know. So these people, how do they sleep at night? I don't get it. I'm laughing because I'm so, are you kidding me? Anyway, but yes, I saw in the chat, will New York State, will they go after what's called Little Rico? It's not actually Rico. Rico is a federal, or again, an organized thing against laws against organized crime, and New York State has what's known as Little Rico, which is called something different. It's like organized. I forget what the rest of it is, but it's got this other name. But it isn't quite the same, and it may not have the same. It may not have as many teeth. So I wanted to look at New York's Little Rico and what effect that would have. So, okay, so I've got that one down. So I'm gonna look for some questions here. I was here fairly early. While I was getting ready, and I was trying to keep an eye out for questions, but I really didn't see many early on. So I'm afraid some of them may have some of your questions may have been cut off by now. I'm sorry. Okay, V, hey, 901 videos. What will you do at 911? Help! I don't know. I'm glad you guys like the flamingos. I want something fun. Okay, Nanette, is Trump beginning or ending his fight with dementia or Alzheimer's? Both of his parents and his grandfather suffered these ailments. And Nanette, I have looked at that quite a bit. And I don't know that there's any more I could really. Sorry about that. My internet went out again. The high-speed one went out again. So I've gone on the slower one. So I don't know how clear this is going to be, but we have this slow backup thing here. I'm so sorry. Anyway, there was a question I was looking. Oh, the dementia. If you go down and click on the name of the channel down here somewhere, or wherever it is, if you're on a phone or wherever, but if you click on the name and you go to the main page for the website, up in the on the page for you, it would be like top right. There'll be a search, and if you put in Trump dementia, there'll be a number of readings on. I've looked at that quite a bit. So I hope that helps. You don't even have to wait for an answer. They're just there. You can just use the timestamp, just go straight to every one of them. So I hope that helps. Okay. Thank you, Kathy Anderson. Irma, what kind of planner is that? It's just a disc. I've got it's just a disc planner. And I just found the only completely plain black cover I could get. And then this is something I build myself. I've built this myself. And then I print it out on slightly heavy paper. 52, 32, 52. 32. Sorry, 32 weight paper. Okay. Thank you, Judy. All right, so Stella, what did windmills do to Trump? Yeah, that's the point. What does I like, we could use a fun question anyway. What did windmills do to Trump? I love that. Stella. Okay. Thank you, Nanette. Fire Sky, Into the Muck is... Oh, Into the Muck is Ghoulaine squawking yet. Is Ghoulaine... I apparently cannot spell to save my life today. That's okay. There's no quiz. So good. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Rachel is asking, is the Delta variant going to force us to go into lockdown again? I read on the Delta variant. Thursday at 26 minutes and 30 seconds. So Thursday was... I can't remember. But anyway, if you go back to Thursday, June 17th, at 26 minutes, 30 seconds, will the Delta variant of COVID shut down the U.S. this summer? My gosh, I copied and pasted this in here, and this... I've got to fix the actual question. Need to rearrange those words, but anyway, it's there. 26:30 on Thursday. Okay. And... oh, you guys are great. Thank you. Yes, happy Juneteenth. Also, I'm juggling too much, and I didn't make a note. I should have made a note. Today at, well, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Pacific time between 4 and 6, I think. And here in the central time, because I'm in Chicago, it's so hard to see, but it does say Chicago at the bottom of that. So that would be 6 to 8 Central Time. Third Eye Champagne. Kirsten Langston is doing her final money-raising auction for the new website, The Collective, this whole thing. She today is auctioning off a personal reading from me. That's one of the many things that she's auctioning. She's doing these cool soaps people have donated, this beautiful quilt someone donated, you name it. There's all kind of fun stuff. But one of the things, because I owe her, and I really want to see her succeed. I wouldn't be doing this without Kirsten, and she helped me in the way that some of you guys are so kind enough. You're so kind, and you say that I helped you. She helped me. And she taught me something about reading that made all this possible that I didn't realize beforehand. I didn't know. So I don't do personal readings, as you know. I do them for, occasionally a friend or something, but but no, it's going up for auction. So, and the money goes to help Kirsten set up so anyway, that's this afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. So I imagine it'll be fine. I just okay. But happy Juneteenth. And it's good that we can finally say that, as in it's an official holiday. I like murder. Oh, Mitchie. Yes, I agree. Polywanda, will there be an event that unites the world? Everyone is so fragmented. Okay. An event that unites the fragmented world. Okay, let's have a look at that. That would be number 6. Thank you, Polywanda. All right, I better hurry up. Oh, yes, Champ passed. Oh, so sad. That's so sad. There's the Patty. Okay, you had asked about the Rico charges. Okay, so we'll get there. That's going to be number 3. Oh, right. And it's very anti-democratic what Mitch is doing. Thank you, Phi. Okay. Nanette, is Mitch suffering from mental disease? He's just awful. Astrology Alert. Andre over at Astrology Alert just did or recently did, just did? He's done readings. He's done things about Mitch. Also, Marjorie Orr. I read her blog quite a bit, her astrology blog, Orr, O-R-R. And there it is. And she was talking about Mitch. And yeah, because she was reading on this whole thing. I'm trying to see if I grabbed it. Mitch McConnell. Yeah, this is here. Whoops. Winning is the only thing, Mitch McConnell. So Marjorie Orr, O-R-R. Great blog. And in his astrology, she explains how in his astrology, he started out vaguely, kind of little-ish, almost reasonable, not really, but it went downhill in a big way. But he's also a Pisces, which we'll talk about. Actually, I should make a note about him being a Pisces. Okay. All right. So I don't pick up mental disease. I get physical disease in a big way, and there may be a mental component, but that isn't what's making him awful. He is awful. He's chosen to be awful. So he's a zealot. That's what happens when Pisces go bad. But we'll get there. Okay, Julie, will Melbourne, Australia go into another lockdown? It'll be the 5th one. Oh, jeez. Will Melbourne. Melbourne, Australia. Go into 5th lockdown. I'll see what I can get. And that's Julie. All right, thank you, Julie. All right, that'll be number 7. Fingers crossed. I hope that doesn't happen. Okay. All right. Wondering Eyes, can I answer Indie Guy's question? I don't have Indie Guy. What did I miss? Where did I? Could someone post that for me, please? Thank you. Jess is asking about Judge Breyer. Oh, yeah. Is Justice Breyer, right? Supreme Court Justice. Is that who we're talking? Justice Breyer. Oh boy. 2 days ago, Nothing Says Justice Stephen Breyer has said publicly suggests he's ready to quit, but he's under mounting pressure. Okay. Justice Stephen Breyer out. Okay, so we will have a look at that. Jess. Okay, got it. All right, so what else have we got here? All right, is YouTube about to dump a bunch of stuff? Tara's asking, look at Abbott signing bill not to pay legislature and Trump's trip to Texas. The politicians themselves, apparently their income is guaranteed by the Texas state constitution. But Abbott will hurt the other people. I don't know anything about Trump's trip to Texas. Let's just look at Abbott. I'm just going to put Texas Governor Abbott. What the heck is wrong with you? Not paying the legislators, and plus the electric grid's hurting. He's funding money for some part of a border wall. Not election, electric grid wall, etc. Oh, Texas. Okay, that'll be number 9. We'll look at it. Okay. Okay, so we got that, and YouTube is about to dump stuff. Yep. Oh, thank you, Tara. Trump's coming to visit the border. Okay. Trump and Abbott visit the border. Let's have a look at that. Hey, Ashley. Okay, things have just... Okay, I do not even know where they've thrown me. YouTube has just yeeted me into the abyss. The comments abyss. Marby, hey, Marby, can you check on Dr. Peter McCullough? He's telling people the vaccine is not bad for use. I don't understand, Marby. You let me know what the issue is. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Sorry. Nasty Woman Tarot. Sharon. Hey, Sharon. You guys did a great job yesterday on the remote view over on Celtic Tarot Sheila's channel. That was great. Question: will there ever be an investigation into McConnell's election? He had to have cheated. I've looked at. Oh well, no, I have not asked. Will there ever be an investigation? That I have not asked. Let's have a look. Investigation into Moscow Mitch's election win. All right, let's have a look at that. Sharon. Okay, Sharon, that will be number 11. Sharon. Okay, got it. All right. Thank you. And just looking again for anything in all caps. Just but I've only got one more space left today. But I'm back here tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. I keep showing up. This is my 901 public video. Yeeks. Holly and France, yeah, how did they win their elections? I've read on that. But we're going to look at, will there be an investigation finally? So, thank you, KD. Okay. And Kim is asked, Kim Mack, great question. They're all great questions, but this is a good one. Kim Mack is asking, will they catch the person who left the bombs? Okay, that will be question number 12. But I will be back tomorrow. I will. I always show up. Okay. Oh, great, Sharon. You and Lisa had a good time. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so, ta-da. Got your questions right there. And I have my little rack to hold them, from my heart to yours. Cheesy, but I don't care because it's true. I put my heart into these things. I am a water sign. I have a water sun and water moon. I put my heart into these things. Like my Mars is in water. So, all right. Oh, thank you for being here. Okay, so at 27:30. Oh, this is infuriating because it's Mitch McConnell. Let me shuffle here for a second. Oh my gosh, thank you, Carmela. Thank you. It's very kind. Okay, Moscow Mitch McConnell, in all of his Mitch McConnellness. Roll my head so hard I'm going to knock myself over. I'm going to roll my eyes so hard I'm going to knock myself over. Moscow Mitch has said that if he becomes majority leader in the Senate again, Queen's Tarot, thank you. Oh, no, it's wonderful. Regina, thank you. But if Moscow Mitch McConnell becomes majority leader in the Senate, see, this is making me mad to even say this. In the 2022 election, when he gets into office from beginning of 2023 through 2024, he will block any Supreme Court nomination made by President Biden. Any Democratic president. And he said this several days ago, and outrage? I'm not hearing a lot of outrage, but anyway. Oh, look, justice. So, will they come up with some laws or something to do something? This should not be allowed. This should not be a thing. Cynthia, Autumn, Mars and water means when you get angry, it's like phosphorus, white hot and explosive. I don't know about that. Hang on. Oh, please. Card fell. Oh, look at that. That feels like his health. Not good. He had triple bypass surgery in 2003 or something. But okay. I'm going to do this. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do this. So is somebody going to, I don't know, create a law, do a thing, I don't know, do a dance, tell a joke, use foul language, but make it so this is not a thing anymore. Thank you, Jolie. DLC, I think McConnell is overusing his powers. For a man who talks about power grabs, he's the picture of questionable tactics. He's overusing his powers? Oh, I'm going to disagree heartily with that. Oh, nay. He is all about the power. And to heck with democracy and to heck with power at all costs. Okay, why am I looking at the chariot? That's forward movement. That's big faded, or if not faded, it's big forward movement. Okay, it's the card for the reading. What does that mean? It's not gonna twitch in this eye. I just went very dry. Anyway, Knight of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Well, right now he can't do anything. He's out of power. This is the Democrats moving forward. Two of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. This is the situation now. Democrat. Mitch isn't the majority leader. He can't do anything. Democrats going forward. Okay, that's fine. This is communication. So he's letting you know far ahead of time, and he's just given something for people to run on. He's just handed Democrats something to run on. Okay. He's thinking it's a dog whistle to gin up his base. Yes, we absolutely have to vote. We can stop them. And he's hoping to get into power by basically just hoodwinking the Democrats. So is something going to change? They're going to change a law? Are they going to? Because it's not just Mitch. If Mitch will do it, some other future person could do it, and that's wrong. Yeah, I agree. He's talking to his face. Yep. Oh, goodness. Okay. It's feeling okay. There may be a rule change at some point here. Democrat, first of all, if, for example, we're going to look at Stephen Breyer. If he does step down, we nominate, or Biden nominates who he wants, and we get someone there. But that could be positive. Let's see. Oh, again, Knight of Cups. Did I shuffle? I didn't shuffle. Yes, I did. But this time it ends with Judgment, and there's the Chariot again. Yes, there's going to be something passed. This is big. This is two major arcana. This is petty and small and beneath what our country should be. This Judgment and Chariot, this is Judgment, movement. This is major arcana. These cards feel like they are this tall and this wide. compared to these. There's going to be a big change in how things are done. Now, is this sooner or is this later? Is it sooner or later? Okay, that's Biden. That's hopeful. That's hopeful. Four of Swords. King of Pentacles. Four of Cups. I'm trying to figure out, is it because I've got Biden here, but this is can they block? Can the problem is they can't block a Supreme Court nominee because Mitch made sure they couldn't. He changed the rules. So this feels like bringing that for, this could be what Mitch is saying he's going to do. But I was asking will this happen sooner or later, and I'm getting the Biden card and then what Mitch is going to do. So I worry. Or maybe that's what causes Breyer to want to step down. Yeah, we'll look at Breyer in a minute here. This is turning into a thing. This is turning into a much bigger thing than I expected. So at 38, do we need to worry about this? Need to worry about Mitch or similar doing this? 2023 to 2024. See, for those who are outside the states who might not know, the election day is the beginning of November, but they don't actually take office until January. So we could talk about the 2022 election, but they don't actually take office until 2023. So do we need to worry about McConnell retaking the majority, the Republicans retaking the majority and doing this, continuing on with this? Oh, that's some nasty energy. I mean, like nasty energy. Ugh. Hey, you Matrix girl. Standing still. Legally standing still. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. So feeling out in the cold, but they're going to use... Republicans are not in power in the Senate, but Mitch is making use of whatever power he has. Higher... let's see whether this card can be higher wisdom, or it can be really nasty secrets or things done behind that curtain. But we'll see based on these next 2 cards whether this goes up or down in energy. Oh, okay. This goes back to all those other readings I keep doing. There is something headed for Congress, and it has to do with all the legal mess that has to do with Trump. It is going to hit Congress, this legal stuff. It's going to hit Trump, the people around Trump, his family, his friends, if it's good he doesn't have a dog in general, just because he's a rotten human being, but also because it would hit his dog. It's going to be like everyone who's done anything, is everybody around Trump isn't going to be in big trouble. It is going to be a dark and stormy legal night. And it's McConnell has plans, and they crash and burn. And there's nothing you can do. I'll take it. Oh, and this is my card of this is the beginning of the Biden administration. It's just sitting here, which means in the first, it was 6 months. It's feeling more like the first year, the beginning. It's the beginning of the Biden's first term. That's when I get that card. So, okay. So, but related to that, okay. So there's Mitch. There was something else about this. Where was it? Oh, Justice Stephen Breyer. Actually, no. Let's look at Sharon's question. 4230. Then we'll look at Justice Breyer. 4230. Will there be an investigation, an actual official investigation into Mitch McConnell's win? I've asked, did they cheat? I've asked all these various questions, but will there be an actual investigation into how Mitch McConnell won or got back into power? Will there be an actual investigation? It's a card for the reading. That's not the answer. We're in the right, energetically, we're in the right area, but that doesn't feel like it's necessarily the answer. Okay, the Emperor. Emperors are not voted in. Stealing. The theft. He's the thief. It's a thief card. Fruits of labor. Temperance. I'm not getting an investigation. What I'm getting is that things that protect voting are going to make a lot of these shenanigans not possible anymore. It will actually, in protecting voting rights, there will be less shenanigans possible. But right now, this emperor, this is not a democratically elected leader. And that's a thief card, and that's in the center. Fruits of labor. I do my thing. I get, it could be just the rotten things he's done, and Republicans in Kentucky just love him. But it doesn't, this is not really what matters anyway, because these people, they're not, I just want a lot of it to just end. Justice would be lovely, but could we at least just get, I'm just at this point, I'm hoping for justice for the very worst. Let's get that. But it does look like it's going to temper, what's coming is going to temper all of this garbage that they've been pulling. I'll take it. It's not perfect. It's not exactly what I want, but movement in the right direction. I'll take it. Okay. Jess was asking about Justice Stephen Breyer, 46. Okay. All right, take a sip of this. Sharon's saying, yeah, he definitely cheated. Lisa lives in Kentucky. She says they hate him. Well. And didn't that deal with the Russian oligarchs fall through? Anyway, after all that. All right, Justice Stephen Breyer. Let me look at this picture of him again. Okay. Are you going to retire? I mean, it would allow us to get someone younger. Oh, Junie's asking, is there ever going to be an end to this garbage? There is. There is. There really are good days ahead. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. There really are good days ahead. Justice Breyer. Hang on a second. Yeah, he's 82. So, Breyer, what's going to happen? Are you going to leave? I don't know that they have the power to do anything, but it feels like Republicans are, especially far-right Republicans, they are racking their brains trying to come up with any possible way to stop the Senate from getting anyone in. It's not just Mitch. Oh no! Oh nay! He is the symptom of the rot that presents, that you see. But that rot, the rot that is McConnell, it runs deep. The $20 million for that aluminum plant, elected Mitch. I thought it fell through, though. All right, Stephen Breyer. Okay, I think we're starting to run up against the same thing that's coming up in the other readings, which is all of the legal stuff that's going to land on the dear former leader, the orange autocrat, trying to be nice. Republicans are out of power, but they're chomping at the bit, because they see the court as their only way to retain power, and they must retain power. They must. It was like they were in that information about Barr and Hawley, Bill Barr and Josh Hawley, who are part of that. Is it Opus Dei? Or it's some extreme religious belief that basically, it's like Loki's speech in the first Avengers movie. You were made to be ruled. That's what they think. That's what they think. And we have money, we have power. It's really twisted. And this is just anybody goes away, he steps away, whatever. They're going to pounce anything they can do. I don't know that they can do anything, but the energy's actually, it's not literally scary as in like somebody needs to be physically worried, but it's the energy's icky. It is more than icky. It's like teeth and, fangs and claws and wants to use them, and without the innocence of in nature of people. These animals are hardwired that way to survive. That's how they eat. You don't have to like it, but you can't blame them for killing other animals. If that's how they get their food, that's how they're hardwired. But this isn't that. This is a choice. This is a rabid cult. Even people who aren't a part of that cult, it's this cult of power at all costs. Jeez. It is very sad, Rosetta. I agree with that. So it's going to go on with you, Breyer, because... Oof. Hang on, let's see what because that could mean a couple of different things, and the energy's not clear. Let's pull these. Let's see what this says. All right, 10. Okay, 10 of Wands, Lovers. 8 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles, Sword of Truth. This feels like gathering up his stuff and saying goodbye to his friends, like at work. But I've got a card of evidence in the middle. Big cases coming. And Republicans trying to do stuff and holding the line against the extremism, the right-wing extremism. Legislative extremism. There's a possibility. There's a possibility here he's going to step down. But it's not feeling like tomorrow, this week. Holly Coleman has great information. He was born August 15th, 1938. Leo Sun, Virgo rising, Aries moon. That is not traditionally, there may be other things in his chart, but traditionally that would not be the astrology of someone who does not believe they should be in charge. Let's put it that way. Three more cards. He doesn't want to. He does not want to step down. That's clear. Insult to injury. I've worked so hard and I'm being told to step down because of my age. You're 82. Go enjoy the rest of your life. He got through all the Trump stuff. He would want some heavy duty assurances that he would be replaced with someone who is as liberal as he is. And that means going and talking, or not directly talking, but that means Biden could not choose someone too moderate. I think he would want to know. No, I know he would want to know. He may feel like he won't know or won't be told, but he believes it's like, if I'm giving up the seat, then I want to know what kind of person is going to take the seat, and I want to know that in the Senate it would actually happen, and the Republicans couldn't pull some stunt. For right now, he's got his hands firmly holding onto his seat. Very baggy shirt today. Don't know why it's so baggy. Very baggy shirt today. That's what's going on there. All right, I'm going to go into a really ugly. I'm going to go into a really ugly question and then do the sillier question. Okay. Oh, black and orange. Nasty women doing a Pride Juneteenth celebration today, 4 to 6:30 ish Pacific time. That's when Kirsten Langston's having her final. She's having huge auction and with all kind of tarot stuff and she's actually auctioning off a personal reading with me, which I don't do personal readings, so I'm probably going to be over there more, but I'll see what I can do. But yeah, it's anyway. But thank you for thinking of me, and please do send me a link. I want to say it's astropumpkin2@gmail.com, something like that. Yes, I'm avoiding taking this next question because I've got to go into Ghoulaine Maxwell's energy to answer it. Yes, astropumpkin, the numeral 2@gmail.com. That's it. Okay. Oh no, Sharon, I'm sure that's no big deal. We'll make it work. Okay. This is why I'm here. I come here to read on the nasty energy. This is what I do. This is my thing. Fire Sky had a question. Is Ghoulaine squawking yet? So at 58. All right, Ghoulaine Maxwell. Emphasis on Ghoulaine Maxwell. Are you turning on others yet? Did you guys ever see, there was a movie about, I think it was called The Last Emperor. It was about the life of the last emperor of China. No, Fire Sky, that's good. No, this is what I'm here to do. This is relevant. In The Last Emperor, which was about the life of the last emperor of China, it was from when he was a boy and the way he was raised, being considered this, that he could do what he wanted and he was above, and there were negative things that went with it as well. He didn't get much affection. He didn't, but, and then later after the revolution, he was still alive. And for a while he was imprisoned, and the people with him had to teach him some of the most basic stuff about just being courteous to other people, just being, decent. And the one example in the movie I can think of, I don't want to say it on here, but it was just had to do with just not making noise in the middle of the night. Just so many basic things and it wasn't that he was a bad guy. It was just that he had never known anything else. Well, that's what Ghoulaine Maxwell feels like. She is a narcissist. She is a sadist. She is a narcissistic sadist. And she was the favorite child, her father's favorite child, and she was like the youngest of like 13 kids or something crazy. And it just even trying to wrap her head around being in prison. It's like it just, even no matter what happens, it's like it just somehow doesn't compute. My gosh, she's such a sick. I'm nonviolent. I don't believe in the death penalty because our system doesn't get it right. And there are too many people, even with the limited places that have the death penalty now, where innocent people are executed. And as long as that happens, I can't support the death penalty. But that doesn't mean that there are not some people who do not deserve to be breathing oxygen anymore. And you know me, that's not something I say ever, basically. This is kids, by the way. This is emotional things, sensitive, naive. These children. Cynthia, I'm reading on Is Ghoulaine, and I know that's not how you pronounce her name, but I call her that because it begins with ghoul. Well, Ghoulaine Maxwell, is she squawking yet? In the same way, this is my card of white supremacy. It's also this, but it's major arcana. Affects more people. It's even more heinous. She lied. She drew these girls in. I can't. So what is this? Because that's her, and that's a death card. Now, does that mean that's the end of her, or does that mean she's about to bring the boom down on all and sundry? Last Emperor. I was just talking about the movie and the similarities between how he was raised and how she was raised, but he was able to learn. Okay. Queen of Wands. I'm talking through my gritted teeth at this point. Clenched jaw. Are you giving up on giving the prosecutors all the names and information of all and sundry, or they won't give her a good enough deal. She wants to walk. Of course I should. It isn't just I want to walk. Of course I should walk. Or does this mean that someone's about to have a talk with her? She feels narcissists. Well, the only reason narcissists will end their own lives, it would be in a situation like Epstein, because that means that his victims other people don't make decisions about where he is, where he goes. Ghoulaine, it feels like her pathology is slightly different from his. Oh, they've taken her life apart. Forensic accounting, forensic the messages they have dug down through. They have stuff that she does not know they have. They have the people looking into this, they're angry too, and they want every one of these people arrested, convicted, in prison. Oh, they have taken her life apart in ways I wouldn't be surprised if they like got the some of the best cyber people in the government, in like the NSA or something, to like ask for assistance to get this information and really figure out where this went and who they talked to. They have taken apart her life. I think she's actually in trouble in state charges, but it feels like the investigators, they're not wussing out on this. They're not wussing around. She does have a lot of information on some very powerful men. Evidence. And this is her just trying to dole it out a little bit. Knight of Pentacles, Sword of Truth. It feels like this, I just got a mental image of this sword being driven into the ground and then pulled so it like disturbs soil. It's like it may not be the easiest thing to dig with, but we're gonna dig, and I won't care. I'm gonna be here all night, and I am not gonna. I'll have an occasional drink if someone hands me one, but I am not gonna rest. I am not going to. Oh wow, that's good. She's useless. She wants to play games. She wants to give as little as possible. But there are really committed people on this. I would be surprised if this information stayed just a state thing. I think this has been handed off to like the FBI or something like that, as far as just figuring out who it's related to. And is she on suicide watch? That sort of thing. Yeah, she's on suicide watch. That's publicly known. There's something here where they're more afraid of her. They're more afraid of trying to take out her than they were with trying to nudge Epstein into doing himself in. She's, like I said, her pathology is different from Epstein's, and she's meaner, believe it or not. And justice is coming for her in a big way. Yeah, corruption, disgusting, vile. Family communication. This is part of a bigger thing. Oh my gosh. Yes, this makes me feel good. This is some people who are in wealthy, successful, prominent families who think everything's fine, or their wives think everything's fine, or their children think everything is fine, or whatnot. But the investigators, communication, also video of misdeeds, and this is flanking this. when this comes out, there are a lot of these that are going to, these happy families that are just going to be done. Okay. I think that's the main. She's got, my gosh, her image is so vile. Blah, blah. Blah. Okay. Let's look at a silly question now. Could use silly. Okay. At 111. Stella asked, what did windmills do to Trump? Donald Quixote. What did windmills do to Trump? You know, with him, with his complaints about windmills, it kind of reminds me of Marvin the Martian. I'm going to blow up the Earth. It blocks my view of Venus. I used to be able to do a better impersonation of him, but it's been so many years. So what is Donald Trump? So yeah, okay. What did windmills do to Trump? To get up out of that gunky energy pit of energy. Ugh. All right, what did windmills do to Trump? Pathetic loser. What did windmills do to Trump? Four of Swords for the reading. King of Cups. Devil. Two of Wands. World. Nine of Swords. Okay, I was hoping to get a silly answer, but this isn't a silly answer. I was expecting you to get, childhood trauma, that kind of silly thing. Rolanda saying, in Scotland, a neighbor would not sell his property to Trump, built windmills to keep from looking at his property. Trump sued and lost. That's cool. I like that. This is actually talking about right now the Ian McGrath. They're called wind turbines. I know. Okay, yes, but this is just about Trump. The indictments or charges, they haven't come down yet. So right now it's still quiet. They're getting a lot of subpoenas. They're getting a lot of requests for documentation and all this kind of stuff. But Trump, he lost to Biden. And it's the heinous, and he hates Biden with the, heat of 1,000 suns. Orange, ugly suns. This is communication. He's calling people, what do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? To the point it's really annoying. But this will end. This quiet will end. And it will be a whole new era of his life where it's constant legal worry and fear. What else are they going to take from me? Well, if you'd been honest, they wouldn't take anything. If you'd been a decent human being, they wouldn't need to take anything. But 3 cards. Okay, the silly answer. Come on, 3 cards. Why is Trump so bent out of shape about windmills? Why is it just the worst of the worst of the worst? Ace of Swords. Oh, the blades. There's the wind. There's the blades. Something to complain about. It lowers the view. It ruins the view. Yeah. Spoiled. It ruins my property value. It ruins the view. Whereas some people look at wind turbines and say, cool. Hey, that means that we're becoming energy self-sufficient. That means that we're not destroying the environment. I see wind turbines and I'm just like, if I see them, I remember I used to drive up and down the kind of length of Wisconsin years ago, and about halfway down the state, there are no, it's farther than halfway down, but there are a bunch of wind turbines, but it's to the point where you've like pointed out to the person with you in the car, oh, have you seen the windmill, the wind turbines? I know that wind. They're kind of pretty, but he's a spoiled brat. Yeah, okay, well, it wasn't as much fun as I thought it would be, but it was still fun. Okay, yes, I understand. V saying Holland's original windmills for pumping water, and they're being replaced by electric pumps, so it's not the same. Oh yeah. Teresa, there's a new development of turbines without the vanes, looking good for residential use. Oh yeah, I've seen that on people putting them on the edge of their roof, especially if their houses are high up or just in a windy area. So just the wind coming through will just, and they have like a bunch of, like, they're only like this big fan. They're like fans basically, sort of. And the wind coming through turns them. I've seen those. I think it's cool. Yep. Cheap electricity. Yep. Fine, exactly. Not making huge holes in the earth from the extraction of fossil fuels. Yeah. Yep. Cutting down on CO2 emissions. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, that's going to be pretty serious. All right, so where are we? I got some heavy one. We got some more heavy, and we got heavy hitter questions here. 1, 2, 3. Oh wow. Okay, so let me go through as many of these as I can. Okay. Sometimes I take too much time talking. I'm sorry. All right, I take too long with the reading sometimes because I want more information. Okay, so at 1:18:30, Rachel was asking, will Democrats shorten? Yeah, Rachel Maddow. That's what my note means. Rachel Maddow was asking, will Democrats shorten the August recess so they can get more done? Democrats shorten the August recess so they can get more done. It feels just like 3 cards. They are really afraid of the far right. I mean, to some extent, I almost wish that they could all just go home, for as long as they need to, because there are people there dealing with PTSD because of January 6th. But balancing that out, Democrats, they are really afraid of the extremism on the right. Serious fear. Fool. There's Trump talking. There's Republicans. And we're just going to take our power and just every day we're not working, they win. But there's a smell of fear. Are they going to shorten the August recess? Republican plans. Thank you, Roxy. All right, lovers. Well, they do have families at home. 8 of Pentacles, Judgment, Chariot, King of Wands. This is going. Oh, this is the committee is going against Trump. Even if they're supposedly on recess, there's so much they're working on. Even if they officially can leave, you'll find that this is heavy. The judgment to do this, they do, you know, they don't want to divorce because their spouses are about to kill them for never being home, but they know Republicans are still working, and there's so much to do. There's so much to do. There's not only Biden's agenda, but there's the committee work to hold Trump and his ilk accountable. There has to be justice. And that's how they can also, it's how some of them can help process the trauma. Seeing the person who caused trauma get punished in a fair way, there being justice, helps a lot with trauma. But this is very, very strong. Chariot, forward movement, moving on, but also legislatively moving on hugely. Trump says, hey, Trump wants to say he's still the president. Let him say that. But we're going after him, whether he's just a man out in the world, whether he's, no matter what, they're going after him. Okay. I'll take it. Okay. At 1:23, Polly Wanda was asking, will there be an event that unites the fragmented world? Will there be? Will there be? Sorry. Will there be an event that unites a fragmented world? It's lower arcana, so this is just a person just standing at their own borders, just keeping an eye on things. Okay, card for the reading isn't huge, but let's see. Oh boy, pandemic. Pandemic helped bring people together, using higher wisdom, scientists coming together, trying to get the economy to recover, trying to make sure that everybody has vaccines. And it's the pandemic that it may seem like the pandemic fragmented things even further, but apparently not. In a sense, it kind of broke us out of a stupor. And also we saw very clearly what human lives, the way we do things, what it's doing to the environment right now. Okay, there's a plan, framework of a plan. Oh, I think this is trying to get the economy back up and going. Framework of a plan. Oh, yeah. And I've got the Biden administration right behind it. So. And the more corruption we take out of government, the better. So evidence that leaves people who shouldn't have power and money, not having power and money, and an end to that corrupt way you used to do things, that will help too. So that's what I'm getting for that. Okay. 126. Julie was asking, will Melbourne, Australia go into a 5th lockdown? Hello, Melbourne. Oh, I talk about standing at your borders and keeping an eye out. There's some real fear. Southeast Asia, India, through Southeast Asia, it's almost like a worry about like a black cloud with that goes like this and suddenly has, clouds can take the shapes of things like claws and teeth, and that's the fear. Melbourne, Australia. Is there going to be a 5th lockdown? All right, that's the government. Yeah. Yeah. Argument back and forth. You are in a stronger position than a lot of places in the world, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, this is a pandemic, and it's been ugly. Devil, Page of Swords, King of Wands, 6 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Things are getting better. Overall, things are getting better. There's still some people who are just not taking it seriously enough, but there has been action. We are through the worst of it. That's what the cards are saying. It's it's like when you go through grief, you have to understand that grief hits you and it's a massive wave that knocks you off your feet. And what's going to happen over time is that those waves are going to continue, but they're going to lessen over time. So it hits you and you just knocked off your feet. And then you have moments where you're like, I'm numb or what have you. But then other times when you're not feeling overwhelmed with grief, you'll be like, what am I? Do I not care anymore? Am I a bad person? It's like, no, you're in the trough of the grief. And this pandemic, it's doing the same kind of thing. Where, oh my gosh, are we going to go back into lockdown again? This is never going to end. But those waves are, they're not as high as they were, and they're lowering over time. Let me see if I can get more information. I hope I'm making sense. Melbourne. Okay. I don't know why I had a feeling like they were wearing masks, but they were out and about. Balance, justice, Eight of Wands. It doesn't feel that bad. There may be poor areas where you don't get as many resources. You don't get as many. Maybe not quite as many people are vaccinated. I'm not really sure how your vaccination system in Australia is going, but it's lessening for what it's worth. I hope that helps. Okay, let's look at 131. 30. Will they catch the person who left the bombs? It was the night before the January 6th insurrection, wasn't it? I think I might need some better light. Sorry about the noise. Hang on. Yeah, that'll work. There. That'll work. That's better. Wow, Gary's saying Lena said it was only 3% vaccinated. Man. Less than 5% of the population. That's nuts. But it does feel like there's people taking it more seriously in general. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, guys. Now I'm curious. Knight of Pentacles. So it should be. Is there a reason vaccine rates are that low? Because it feels like more people are going to get vaccinated. Is it hard to get? That's a vaccine. Yeah, vaccination rates are going to go. They're actually going to go up. I'm getting young people getting vaccinated a lot. I'm getting relatively good stuff. So even if there is something, it's lessening. The waves are not as high. Okay. 134. Sorry. Here we go. 134. Will they catch the person who left the bombs? And this was, I believe it was left at the Democrat, outside is it the Democrat and the Republican offices the night before the January 6th insurrection, something. They were dropped off. I'm not quite sure when exactly the timing was, but are they going to catch that person that they have on tape? Oh, I'm getting that for the person who did it, that was quite a rush. Like, I did it. I don't know why, I still get this husband and wife team. Or there's a husband and wife somehow. That's what I've been picking up for quite a while, but King of Pentacles. All right, aggressive law enforcement. Oh, they're definitely they've been looking. The law enforcement has been looking out in the sun. Legal heartbreak in this, well, or it could be a potential bomb. Metal, heart, flesh, yeah. But it could also be legal heartache. I've got a strength card there. It's not foolproof. They covered their tracks well. Law enforcement will definitely be able to improve intent to obstruct justice, but man. K. Nelson is asking, do you get a wife walking a dog while making a drop off? I thought they had these on video. Didn't they actually have them on video and release it? They catch the person who left the bombs. Four of Pentacles. They will run out of options, run out of money. King of Cups, Temperance. That's Biden. He's not going to rest. He's not going to let the Department of Justice rest. He's not going to let the FBI rest. The people who did this, first of all, they feel betrayed by all the, Trump was going to protect us all and help us all, but they're not in a good. This is not good. This is lack of funds, lack of opportunities, walls closing in, and this is Biden with all of the power of, basically all of the power of the government to stop something like this from happening again and catching the people who did it. This does not happen here. And they are very small. They're running out of options. And I'm getting a they, not a him. No, I'm not getting just one lone guy. Tower, insurrection, and trying to set up bombs. Hermit, thief. Oh, again, law enforcement. Law enforcement is all over this, and there's something about how the things were made. There's physical evidence. There's a lot of physical evidence there too. It feels like they either had some trouble or they're having trouble like nailing down where these people are, but I think they already have, like, maybe these people are on the run. I don't know about that, but something, yeah, that's all I'm getting. But it's closing in on them. Okay. Let's look at Abbott. And then we're going to look at Trump Organization and Little Rico. Let's start with Abbott at 140. Let me take just a quick sip here. Sorry, it's my lunch. Oh, Whimsy. Hello. Hello, beautiful. The beautiful Whimsy's in the chat. At Oracle of Whimsy, do follow Whimsy. Okay. Governor Abbott. Oh, there are bottom feeders, and then there's Governor Abbott. So he's just gone as far right. Thank you, Whimsy. He has gone as far. Abbott has said, okay, how far right can I go? So he's diverted money to build a wall on the border. Trump's coming to visit. They're going to go visit the wall. He was having the legislature and the legislature, they were working on putting it through in all kinds of limitations on voting. Surprise. But it was delayed. It wasn't stopped, but it was delayed because the Democrats quietly started. Thank you, Whimsy. Thank you. The Democrats quietly started like walking out, leaving ones and twos, and to the point where they go to vote and they don't have a quorum. There aren't enough people there. And that delayed. And it made a point. Well, now Governor Abbott is saying that he's going to just make sure that those people, they don't get paid because they weren't doing their jobs. Well, here's the thing. The politicians themselves, apparently their incomes are guaranteed by the state constitution. He can't do anything about it. He can hurt support staff, other people in the government. And that's all this would do, is hurt the little people. So, is this going to work? What's going to happen? What's going to happen to Abbott here? It isn't even just this particular issue. I want to know what's going to happen to Abbott here. He's so vile. And I lived in Texas. It can be an absolutely beautiful state. Governor Abbott. And well, I guess it isn't too far off center line like how he normally acts. So, oh, the Trump bludgeon, the far right. I get cups for Democrats, pentacles for Republicans, and about a year ago, the wand started coming out as that far right Trumpist vileness, and the ace to bludgeon your enemies, which is Trump's favorite pastime, as long as it doesn't involve actual physical effort. Magician, look what I can do. Queen of Swords. Oh, this is going to court. This is going to court. Oh, Tower. Yeah, the grid's a mess. The electrical grid's a mess. Got Tower in the center. 4 of Pentacles and 9 of Wands. So he's got, surprise, he's got problems. Is there a budget shortfall? There are major electrical grid problems, and that's at the center of this. This issue about not paying people, that's going to court. And he's hoping he can gin up the Trumpist far right. Because he does seem to be going more aggressively to the right than normal, isn't it? Is he normally this bad? I'm not saying he was great. But isn't this a little bit worse than normal? Hey, Holly Coleman has some great information. November 13th, 1957. He's a Scorpio Sun, Cancer Moon. Mars and Neptune conjunct in Scorpio 2, no known birth time. I'm November 6th, 1971. Scorpio Sun, Cancer Moon. I am nothing like this man, but then again, I don't have Mars and Neptune conjunct. Actually, I'm square. Mars and Neptune in Scorpio. So he's got all that intensity. He's got all that emotional intensity. Orlando is saying a few years back, Texas voted to not be a part of the national grid. Oh, I remember that. They should be kicked out just for that vote. Abbott's been scum from the beginning. Oh, yeah. On the defensive. He's going to be on the defensive because of his Trump-like policies. He's going to be on the defensive. 5 of Cups. Okay, now the sun comes out, and I'm having trouble seeing the cards. All right, hang on. Sorry about the noise. Probably should just mute the microphone when I do this. But anyway, do that. So there's actual some chance of seeing the cards. Oh, look at that. Disappointment. Things they used to be so much easier. Oh, but he's got plans. Oh, yeah, he's hoping to gin up the right, but he's going to end up on the defensive. And this is not Major Arcana. He just ends up a small man on the defensive. He's been trying to kick down the Democratic policies, make sure nothing rises and what have you, but people like clean water. They liked how hard Biden worked to get the vaccine out. They think Americans should be able to vote. Yeah. But he's got plans. But no, it just causes more power to flow toward the Democrats. And judgment will come. This is my card for an election day. He's hurting himself. And while he's hurting himself, stinky insult to political injury, 148. Trump and Abbott are visiting the border together. Yay! Cynthia saying that you believe the border thing is a distraction. Could be. Ellie, I've already got my questions for today, but I'll be back tomorrow. First come, first serve. And just put it in all caps in the chat. Okay. I'm here every day of the year. Cynthia saying the no permit open carry makes both sides nervous. Personally, could we in Texas could maybe get rid of the drive-through liquor stores? Okay, thanks. That blew my mind. Anyway, Trump and Abbott. Visiting the border to bludgeon Biden, to try to scare people. They're taking over the country. They're going to take your house. They're going to kick you out. They're going to steal your dog. They're going to walk into your house and throw out all your belongings and just move in because they're originally from a different country, and their skin might not be as white as a sheet of paper. Therefore, you are going to lose everything if you a bunch of bunk. And Trump's feeling small. He likes rallies and attention. Queen of Wands being politically married to that ultramaroon, and then clean up and go on and do something else. That was awful. They're terrible. Okay. And now the feature presentation. No, the feature question of the day. No, it's not really, but sure. Okay, 150:30. Okay, apparently in New York State. Let me just one last sip. My throat's very dry today. Sorry. All right, so in New York State, they don't have an actual Rico law. That's a federal thing. They have something. It's not OCA, but it's O something something. But it just colloquially can't get there today. Anyway, it's called Little Rico. But here's the thing. It doesn't have quite the teeth that the federal Rico charges have. Colloquially, I can't say it today. I know. I was looking at it in my mind's eye. I can see all the letters. Mouth not working. Thank you. Thank you, Rowan. So Trump org are they going to bring the little Rico charges, and will they have teeth against Trump org? You basically say you designate the entire company as a criminal organization. So New York State, Little Rico charges against Trump org. And will that have teeth? Will those be some of the charges or the main charges? And will they have real penalties? It feels like Trump has been a complete surprise. He's been a lazy ultramaroon. He's been doing stuff for years, and he's just not anywhere near as clever as he thinks he is about hiding it or what he's been doing. Page of Swords, Two of Swords, Star, Eight of Wands, Page of Cups. He's leaving a lot of it to the kids for them to decide what to do. This feels like Junior. That feels like Ivanka, actually. That feels like Eric. Trump is a star, but he doesn't feel like he's there. And they're trying to fight back against all kinds of subpoenas for information, okay. Well, is the entire Trump org going to be hit with FI? Is it ORACA? ORACA? Kashmir, Rico can be charged in New York. It's how they got Gotti. I understand, but my understanding from what I was hearing was that it's very similar, but it's not quite the same. But some people will just call it that. But I could be wrong. Okay. Page of Cups. Are you really going to try to dump all this on your own children? Four of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, Page of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. He just wants to be at his own properties and just be rich. And oh, sorry, I'm supposed to be quiet. But it feels like it's they're squeezing the kids. I just hope they're not thinking Trump's going to he's going to throw himself onto a sword to protect the kids, because no. Mm-mm. And it's going to be bad. They're going to lose the company. They're going to lose all kinds of money. They're going to and you would think it would take a long time to go through all the records that they've been subpoenaing, but it doesn't feel like it, relatively speaking. They have a lot of people in place. They also have that company that'll do, is it forensic accounting, but they can go through like millions of documents and tell you what's there. Page of Wands. That could be the subpoenas, the warrants and subpoenas and whatnot. Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, Temperance. Oh, the prosecutors, they're wearing them down. They're wearing down the kids specifically. And then this doesn't have to hurt you. You just turn against your father. And you walk away. Think of your own children. And then you walk away and you'll have a little bit of the money. It's as opposed to just being in prison forever and a day. That's a prosecutor. This is the kids being worn down. This is the prosecutor using this calm, soothing. That's really the answer to that. Whatever will put pressure, as much pressure as possible on Trump and his kids. Yep. But they're going to, especially Junior, a serious bravado thing going on. Aggressive law enforcement. Queen of Cups. That's Ivanka pretending to be breathy. They have each other. They have their families. They have their blatant, overt, and covert racism. Yeah, this reminds me of, there's a line, I'll finish with this. There's a line in one of my favorite episodes of Mystery Science Theater. The movie they were watching was called Space Mutiny. That was funny. Mystery Science Theaters does Space Mutiny. At the very end, you've got the big hulking, the strong man, and you've got the woman, and they, and the last shot, they're almost the last shot, they're standing together, and then they kiss, and and it's all of this, and one of the guys is just like, and they had a healthy 8-pound pot roast. That's where I am. That's how I feel about this and the Trump kids right now. That's it. 13 questions. All right. I will be back tomorrow, and I'm here every day. And yes, trunk, slam chest. Beef, slam body. I'll be at 4:00 Central Time in the U.S., Chicago time. I will be over at Book Art Media for the daily writing sprints, working on my mystery novel. And then at 6:00 this evening, I will be over on Third Eye Champagne for a while. They're going to be auctioning off, Kirsten's apparently going to be auctioning off a personal reading with me. I should stop saying free, it's not free. A personal reading with me to help raise money to set up her new website, The Collective. I don't know what I'm going to do. I want to do some stuff ongoing to help Kirsten with that site. But I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. I'll think of something. And then if there's time, and they sent the link, I'm hoping to visit over on Nasty Woman Tarot, visit Sharon and Lisa. That would be awesome. So hang in there. You're not getting rid of me anytime soon. So, all right. I hope the rest of your day goes really well. I will be around, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Maybe later, but I'll definitely see you tomorrow. Take care.